Welcome to This Week Health Conference. My name is Bill Russell. I'm a former CIO for a 16-hospital system and creator of This Week Health, a set of channels and events dedicated to leveraging the power of community to propel healthcare forward. Today, we have an interview in action from the fall conferences on the West Coast. Here we go.
Good afternoon. I am Sarah Richardson, Senior Vice President, Chief Digital Information Officer with Tivity Health. But more importantly, today I am joined by Sheree McFarland from HCA West Florida Division and Angela Maris from Mediant Health. Ladies, you are literally hot out of the Women of CHIME Ladies Luncheon.
Yeah.
It has grown year over year. I'm sure there was a wait list as always.
Yeah.
Can you share with us the genesis of the program and also how it has grown over the years to now be a lunchtime event where it took a long time to get here?
Right. Well, I can start because absolutely. When I first came on the CHIME board, Liz Johnson was running the Women of CHIME. And when she was rolling off the board, she asked me, would you continue this legacy, continue to grow this program? I said, I would love to. Fast forward, a year later, I met Angela right here in Phoenix, 6:30 in the morning, coffee. I'm on my way to golf. She's on her way to the gym.
Yeah.
And we started talking. And I told her our vision and our dream. She said, Sheree, I can help you with that. Let's partner. The rest is history. We've been doing it every year. We started in a small location, and the next thing, we're filling major rooms with registration, and we keep needing to expand because everybody wants to join us. So
And it's no longer a 7 a.m. event. It's
No.
now like,
Initially, we were given the 7 a.m. slot, I think, at Vive after a wild concert the evening before in Miami.
yes, yes. And
But we
people
have
still
grown.
showed up.
And we did. We still had a full house, but the demand has grown. We're growing the program. We're getting creative. But what we've done is we've carved out a space for women to be vulnerable, for women to support each other, for us to share our stories, the obstacles we've gone through. But we like to call it the sorority for nice girls, right?
Exactly.
Everyone is invited. Everyone is accepted. And so we're just so happy and fortunate to be so heralded by this community. So it's been really exciting.
It's been so awesome, and we inspire each other and help each other, share best practices, work together, most importantly, make lifelong friends that we'll have forever.
when you think about what women walk away from after these events and the purposefulness of bringing people together, what for you has been the most lasting and enduring element of what you have been building all these years?
I think it's a sense of camaraderie, right?
Yes.
In creating this safe space. And it just, even today, at today's luncheon, and looking up and hearing all the chatter and seeing all of the smiles. And it was just nice to create and define a space for us, right? For so many years being in this industry, and there'd be like the bourbon and cigar tasting and the golf outings. And yes, some women do golf, but not all of us. So it was nice to do something for us. And I think the impact is going to be seen for generations. And that's the really exciting part.
And we remain friends. And after the event, we stay in contact with each other, we help each other, and we can't wait to see each other at the next event. So I think it starts here, but it continues after.
Absolutely. So does this mean that next year we get to have a dinner?
Yeah.
We're
Versus
working
just
towards
the
that.
lunch?
We're working towards that.
the dinner.
We're going to need the ballroom at some point, I think. And we might go back to afternoon tea, maybe some wine later in the afternoon to get more people to come. And we'll work on feedback and see what works for everybody.
Right,
But
we're also looking into virtual events in between the Vive and the Fall Forum to keep the conversation going, to keep the community involved and, communicating, collaborating, because that's what this is all about.
absolutely.
Well, we did it via webinar during the pandemic, so
Yes,
we know
we
that there's
did.
an appetite for the connectivity that was
Definitely.
created
The
even
one thing
during
I
that
do want to
time.
add, Sarah, you are a big part of this too.
That's
you are
right.
this dream
Exactly.
team.
Absolutely. We missed her today,
This is her
but she's part of
brainchild
the
as
dream.
well. You've been
That's
part
right.
of every session
That's
with
exactly
us.
right.
Oh.
If we
Exactly
could
right.
carbon copy ourselves 10 times over, we would.
Oh,
but
my
again,
gosh.
the three of us standing here together is just that power of relationships and support, etc.
Definitely.
It is forever.
I think that's
And
the
so-
thing we all three of us have in common is just
Yeah,
exactly.
we accept everyone.
We do.
Exactly.
We make it better than we found it. And yet, it wasn't like this was the only thing you did this week. Yesterday
Yes.
was the DEIB
Yes. That was
session,
fantastic.
and feedback from the crowd is that it was the best programming for that event that has ever existed at
that
CHIME.
is just,
So I
that's
have to
great
ask,
to hear.
what was about this year, like in the planning and the creating, because you're on the committee and you
Yes.
support it. What made this year the year where it was like a breakthrough moment for everybody?
I think
probably the interaction, you know, the fact that the audience got involved. We did the fish bowl where people could go and ask questions. We had a keynote speaker. So I think it was the variety. And look, that room was filled as well, just like the League of Women. It was, and it's such a critical topic. We can't get things in healthcare right if we don't get diversity, equity, and inclusion right. And it was so important, top of mind to everyone. I think it just had such a draw for everybody.
Well, I think that it's striking the vein of inclusivity, right?
Absolutely.
Creating spaces.
Creating
Way that's
spaces,
authentic.
safe spaces where people could be vulnerable and they could share, you know, things that have happened to them in their lives and best practices for how to involve people.
So this was the first year as well in CIO Bootcamp that we had more women attendees than men.
And
First time ever.
Oh,
So
my
all of our
goodness.
efforts continue to pay off. So I just want
Beautiful.
to close by asking you both this. We're a day and a half into Fall Forum.
Yes.
Other than the events you're hosting and the golf you're playing and
Yes.
all the other pieces and sponsoring boot camp as well, thank you, Mediant.
Yeah, thank you.
What are you loving the most this year that you've seen in the last couple of days?
I feel like the growth, right? The excitement, and I think everyone is so happy to be back in this post-COVID environment. We crawled our way back into society, and I think this year we're all fully embraced, right? And so I think it's a lot of gratefulness, right? That we're all
think so
together,
as
that we
well.
get to be together again.
And
Yeah.
just thankfulness, just to network with one another again in person and to go to the focus groups, to go to the sessions, to go to all the key events that are planned. And it's just the energy level in the room it's just absolutely brilliant.
It's electrifying, right? There's a sense of gratitude.
There really
that I
is.
think that we didn't always have, maybe because we took so many things for granted.
That's so
but there's,
true.
There's a different sense of gratitude, energy, smiles.
Yeah.
No.
And what I loved in the last session is I met nurses from the UK, and one of the young ladies was from Belfast, my hometown. Can you believe it? She knows the street I grew up in Belfast. I mean, what's the likelihood of that? Here we are in the desert.
Oh, wonderful. Power of camaraderie, relationships.
Absolutely.
And
Lifelong
none
friendships.
of us would be here without each other, and especially you. You've been my mentor since 2005.
I love you both.
And I'm just grateful for everything we continue to create together.
Aw.
And this is a lifetime journey. So thank you both for being on it
Thank
and
you.
creating space for everyone else to feel like they matter too.
And thank you, and we learn from you every day as well, Sarah. It's reverse
you.
mentoring.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Another great interview. I want to thank everybody who spent time with us at the conference. I love hearing from people on the front lines. It is phenomenal that you shared your wisdom and experience with the community, and we greatly appreciate it. We also want to thank our channel sponsors who are investing in our mission to develop the next generation of health leaders. They are CDW, Rubric, Sectra, and Trellix. Thanks for listening. That's all for now.